Oh god, I went back to the title screen.
God damn it.
At least tell you what it's like
I guess we're starting over again.
No, we're at a save point! Remember, this game saves. It's not Metroid 1, where you have to remember a fucking password.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Engage Ridley, motherfucker.
God, I fucking hate trying to go back to play Metroid 1 as a password thing. That'd be awful if Metroid Zero Mission had those.
So you gave us the greatest password of all time.
Yep, of course.
Engage Ridley, motherfucker.
And with modern versions, it crashes, which is weird. I haven't tested it out on the Switch Online, but I imagine it does it there too.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, I know the 3DS version, I think, does that. I know the NES Mini, which is what I did when we recorded it for this, did it. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure most Virtual Console versions crash when you do that. I'll admit, there is something I do kind of miss with new games now. We don't have passwords for, like, getting to certain points of the games anymore. We're so much at a point that games are created to go from beginning to end. There's no, like, there's no such thing as getting a password to jump you ahead to something.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna test it right now. Since I have my Switch, so... see if it works.
Yep. Just go to the password thing in original Metroid and enter Engage Ridley motherfucker. Go for it!
Yeah, might as well.
Which, by the way, yes, welcome back to more Metroid 2. We are continuing to explore areas to hunt down more Metroids. Which, I don't think I mentioned the name of the Metroids that we've been finding. Maybe I did. The Metroids we've been fighting with missiles and the boss music are Alpha Metroids.
Yeah, you did mention that last part.
Okay, yep. I think I remember the names of all of them. Because, yeah, I'll say, if you think it's all just going to be killing those simple little babyish Metroids, which are apparently supposed to be more grown up than regular Metroids, which makes me think of another point. Isn't it weird you have to freeze infant Metroids? You have to freeze them and then shoot them with missiles to kill them. But these Alpha Metroids, you just have to shoot them with missiles. Why do they lose? Why do they get more vulnerable when they got older? Oh no, I think I know the answer to this one. God damn it! It just doesn't sound right! Oh yeah, another weird thing in this game. For some reason in water, you move around a lot. You move the same in water as you do in regular land in this game.
Huh.
And again,
weird.
They didn't think about anything about a different liquid traversal until Super Metroid. So yeah, she's been in her gravity suit the whole fucking time. The fuck? And then she loses it! God damn it. You know, this is them trying to figure out exactly what works in the Metroid game. I mean, hey, this game definitely does a lot better with, you know, having to get necessary upgrades to get to new places. Actually gives you a sense of progression. Like the first game where it literally just felt like a maze.
Yep, errors occurred.
Ah, okay, yep.
It boots you out.
Everything that's not in the original NES version, it does that. Huh. Yes. For those that are trying to wonder what we're talking about, the Engage Ridley motherfucker, look back at our very last episode of our original Metroid 1 post-commentary playthrough, where I bring that up towards the end. That's one fun thing with a lot of old school games, they had profanity in some of their passwords. I know Metroid and the original Metal Gear are two of the most famous examples because they use the F word.
Yeah, I think the original Metal Gear, it was, fuck me.
Yeah. At least
where you can go straight to Big Boss with, like, nothing.
Yep. Oh, God. Wow, that does sound
I mean,
good.
you'll be saying it. I mean, you will be saying that too, like, when you decide to do it.
Oh, God, go to the end of the game with, like, no upgrades or no increased ability or anything? Oh, God. I can see that.
Yeah, and then you'll be saying that password out loud.
Of course. Oh, yes! The Various suit! By the way, it's also the first Metroid game to give us the official, well, most recognized design for Samus's Various suit. With the shoulder pads. Mm-hmm. Well, remember, this was released on the original Game Boy, so...
the monochrome screen, so you had to differentiate between them.
Yep. Thankfully, I was playing this on Switch Online using the Game Boy Color filter, so... It's weird how well this game was designed in the Game Boy Color. Like, it feels so natural. Where other games, like Mega Man 5 on Game Boy, just throw out a random example, you can tell the colors are off if you play it on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
It is kind of hard. It is kind of weird. Like, Game Boy Color is actually kind of fascinating. Like, kind of like auto-set colors for games. Like, that's something they, like, must have, like, tested on so many games. And had to, like, modify, like, the hardware to work with them as such.
Yeah, because I think for certain Game Boy games, like, if you put it in the Super Game Boy, like, some of them have their own specific color palette to kind of go with it.
I know the most notable examples are Mega Man 5 for Game Boy and, I wanted to say there was another one. I know Kirby Spear Land 2 kinda does it, but I think the Game Boy Color filter is basically the same.
Yeah, because I think Mario Land had that too.
It might have Mario Land 2, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I think Mario Land 2 might have been one of them, yeah. It was fascinating. They were coming up with a lot of ideas, because, well, yeah, the whole monochrome thing. But hey, at least you always play it in green screen. The original dot matrix screen. You had an original Game Boy, right? Oh god, this thing evolved! I'm out of here, fuck that! Ah!
Yeah, like, I know my brother had the original Game Boy, and when Pokemon came out, that's when we got the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that thing was fascinating. Just the whole green dot matrix screen is just so strange. Looking back on it now, you kind of think, ew, why would they do that? That was the limit of the hardware at the time of 1989 or 88, whatever that came out.
89.
Yeah,
89.
I know the original Mario Land came out in 89, that's what I figured. Yeah, by the way, we have a new type of Metroid. I believe it's called a Gamma Metroid. They take more missiles to kill. Okay, that's all I had to say. That Game Boy was fascinating. Like, it's no wonder frickin' Nintendo is so good at the handheld market. They basically had monochrome NES games, basically having portable gaming. It was like one of the early adopters of its kind. And frickin' almost nobody's really been able to match. Unless you had a limited set of, like... I guess some people consider, like, Tamagotchi mobile gaming. Remember those fucking things?
Oh, yeah. Are they supposed to be coming back soon?
I think they are doing something for, like, an anniversary thing, yeah. You know what's really weird? I discovered there's a Tamagotchi emulator.
How am I not surprised?
I mean, yeah, it's really more nostalgia more than anything, like, I don't know. I remember I actually got to get my, like, Tamagotchi thing to, like, grow up at, like, 1 its life or whatever the fuck, however that works.
Yeah.
I remember, like, one Tamagotchi one time. I, like, got it to grow up. I remember I was proud of that, but every other time I ended up not feeding it or it ended up dying.
Yeah, because I know, there was a common rumor a lot back in the day where they said, like, oh, Digimon is basically the Tamagotchi.
I guess that's a bit of an oversimplification, but they're not wrong. It's similar in concept, I get what they're saying.
I mean, just because it's made by the same company doesn't mean it's one-to-one the same.
That could also be a marketing phrase to use.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You like Tamagotchi? Get Digimon!
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, like, Digimon has like, obviously, like... It's just something that I never can get in.
Yeah, I don't know much about Digimon other than the anime. I feel like that's where its biggest, like, market share lies, in the anime. They don't have, like, an outside, like... They don't have, like, a card game like Pokemon or anything like that. They got video games, but even then, like, only half of the video games be able to, like, give the franchise justice, to my understanding.
Yeah, well, it's like, they do have a card game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird. I never heard of it.
I think it's something that came out relatively recently. I mean, I could be wrong. But I know it's been more effective as of lately. At the very
Right.
least, I can't speak as to when exactly it came about.
Right.
Um,
Oh, energy.
I know One Piece also got a card game.
Oh, that's not surprising. Oh, yeah! I don't know if we talked about this. How about the Disney Lorcana card game?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
And of course, the strongest card. Fucking Goofy.
I mean,
Disney knows.
are you surprised? Are you surprised?
I should be. You mean it's not Mickey? Mickey doesn't try hard enough. He doesn't need to try. But if he does, that card will be banned. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm just waiting for the eventual like Kingdom Hearts incorporation in Lorcana. Like get like freaking Captain Goofy. We get some Sora and Rico in there.
I mean, it is a Goofy, like, as a knight. It's almost like it's the Kingdom Hearts Goofy, to be fair. Almost.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard the strongest card is Goofy, I was just like, yep. They got Kingdom Hearts 1 Goofy, of course.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if he has like whatever the equivalent is in that game, 10p gift, it's like yes.
I can replenish the energy of your cards. Oh god!
Yeah, by just stacking one of mine. Like,
that's too broke.
and like I'll give you like I'll just by setting one of my energy cards to discard pile, like I'll give you three. I'll give one of my teammates three.
Get good, Gorsh. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really pay attention to a lot of the card game stuff myself. I don't know. I've always been a very simple man with card games. I only know the mainstream ones with your standard deck.
So
You know, like
talk about like
solitaire, go fish, poker, blackjack, that stuff.
not
yeah.
like a trading card game. Like just
I haven't really. I mean, I've seen enough Yu-Gi-Oh to know what a trading card game is basically like, but
Yu-Gi-Oh is basically a completely different beast than most other card games.
I mean, yeah, it's like arguably the most successful one. Although Pokemon's the only one I feel like comes close. But that's more because it's associated with the brand more than like its legacy as an actual card game.
Yeah, because the difference between Yu-Gi-Oh and like any other card game is that Yu-Gi-Oh does not really have a resource system in place. So, like, if you can activate a card, you can do it. There's nothing that holds you back from doing so.
Aren't there some cards that are banned in Yu-Gi-Oh though?
Yeah, well, there's a ban list for every card game.
Well, yeah. Well, then again, at least what
but
you told me about Yu-Gi-Oh. Basically, if you don't use newer cards, you're probably fucked.
Yes and no. Yeah, essentially, your best bet is when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, is obviously like because the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh right now is because there's like a 12,000 card pool. Like I'm not even joking. So there's so many different cards you have to like read to like know what they do to at least understand like when certain things are done. Now it's not just the way I look at it is that every strategy can be a winner, can be a loser. It more depends on who is the one playing something.
Right.
Now, because you could have an entire mirror match between like archetypes, like just to give the ones that I know about in terms of like the current-esque meta. Like you could have two people running like the Tyrolment type deck using the same exact cards, but one of them could be misplaying a card. One of them could be, may not get the combo that they need to actually get the chain going, et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's a multitude of different things that can and will go wrong if not put in the right hand with the same exact strategy.
Right, right. Yeah, strategy is important. I at least understand that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on in the Pokemon trading card game. Fucking.
Honestly, I fell off of Pokemon pretty hard in terms of the trading card game. The reason is not because the game itself is too complicated. Here was my problem with the Pokemon trading card game.
Yes.
It's more is that anytime there's like a new generation, so say when you get to like I would say since generation 4 or 5, one of the two.
Right.
It feels like, oh hey, you don't have those cards you collected up to that point? Yeah, you can't use them.
Yeah. That and basically, the newer versions of these Pokemon cards are so much better than their old ones. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, I feel like that's more the problem, is that it feels like that it's like you spend all this money on the cards if you're planning on playing the game at the time. Like, say, if you've been collecting specifically to play the game since, if the game first came out.
Right.
But now it's like you're told you can't use those cards anymore because of some arbitrary reason. That, it's just because, they're too old. And that you can't use those cards anymore. Because now it's not. So, really, at that point, your best bet would just be to sell them to a collector of those cards and, try to get some money back.
Yeah. It makes sense. I keep forgetting there's also been a big, card collecting phase lately. That basically, buying, Pokemon packs and shit.
I know that was more apparent during the pandemic years, obviously. But it has pretty much plummeted down within the last year or two.
Yeah, people are finally starting to realize how bullshit the whole thing is. Just collecting old cards to resell them.
Not to say that people still don't do that.
Yeah.
In fact, I know there was a article about a couple months ago about someone actually stealing Pokemon cards from a Walmart.
Yep, I remember hearing about that.
In Florida.
Of course, Florida.
To try and first it's always Florida. To specifically to sell them. Hell, I know there's a Walmart near where I live now. That there's a couple times I remember going in there and I've seen a couple packs open, and I've informed the employees. I'm like, hey, these packs are open and some of the cards are missing.
Of course. Thieves are always going to be there, fuckers.
Yeah.
Ruining shit for everybody.
If you look, and I will never condone stealing in any capacity.
No, absolutely.
But it's I feel like there's a difference between, it's at that point, it's you might as well just, have the cards right, especially if you're leaving the evidence behind of the pack, being completely busted open, or in some cases I've seen where tins were opened, and they just only took whatever the pull card was, and just left the packs there. Because I've seen that. It's at that point you might as well just hold the card up as they're walking up and be like, "Hey, I just stole this."
Yeah, and boo boo. Yeah. Of course.
It's you might as well just be doing that.
Yeah, may as well. Well, if anything was going to ruin that whole thing, it'd be thieves. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, I heard there was a Magic the Gathering tournament thing, and somebody had a card or something worth $50,000. This is also in Florida, by the way. The dude had one card worth like $50,000 or $60,000. Dude got murdered for it.
Why am I not surprised?
Fucking Florida, dude. Like, what the fuck? It sounds like some of the nerdiest shit ever. A dude got murdered over a card. Like, fuck.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we need to say. I don't think we need to say this, but I feel like we're gonna say it anyway. Don't be dumbasses.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, somebody knew how much money it was worth and decided that, oh, somebody had that? That's easy money. Fucking... Ugh. You always get those diehards in the community. They know they can make a lot of money. They'll be willing to do some pretty shitty things for that money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure what you're going to be paying in bail / jail sentence is worth more than what you did it for.
It's all about if they can get away with it. Be
Which,
like their hero, OJ. Whoa, what?
Okay, more than likely they're not going to, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah. Still can't believe OJ got away with it. I'm pretty sure we all know he did it by this point.
At this point, because of his dumbass deciding to release a book saying, if I did it, it's like, yeah, tell me you did it without actually saying you did it.
I had a feeling he did it as soon as, like, the verdict read out, he was not guilty, he, like, breathed a sigh of relief. It was like, it's like he got caught right there, guys! What the fuck? Like, nobody does that over a fucking fake sentence, I would think. I imagine if, like, you did do it, they tried to accuse you, and you then got proven not guilty, I'd be like, yeah, exactly. Not like, oh, thank God! Well, I'd probably be more extreme, if anything.
Well, you also have to understand the context of the times, because... me too. I mean, like, cause think about it this way, even back then, like, you know, given, you know, his... and then where, I guess, the trial was, like, even if it is true that he didn't do it, like, you know, you sign a relief too if you were in his shoes.
I guess. I don't know, it just feels...
Why the hell are we talking about this?
I don't know! I was talking about a murder, I just brought it up, I'm sorry! Oh, wait, what the? Hey, you're supposed to be a power-up, what the fuck? By the way, here's a completely optional power-up, along with the ones I've gotten recently. This whole episode we got the Various suit, we also recently got the high jump boots, and the wave beam. All these have been optional, by the way. Because the wave beam is just a stronger beam, it's not really necessary. Now we have an item that basically turned into this freaking mini-boss you have to use morph ball bombs to kill. Fucking unique, but a giant pain in the ass, this one. You have to wait for him to unfurl so you can hit him with morph ball bombs. To get an item, they don't tell you what it does. It's Spring Ball. Oh. Jumping in morph ball. Oh. Makes platform with morph ball so much better. But just like that, we killed all the Metroids in this area earlier, and now we have all the power-ups, and we get the fuck out of here. And get on to the next one, finally.
Alright then.
That's the thing with Metroid 2. It can be kind of monotonous, because, well, that's literally the whole point of Metroid 2. You're literally going your way to try to hunt down these Metroids. It definitely feels less grand than the others, because just the way it's structured, it's... In a way, it's basically the black sheep of the Metroid series. Yes, even more than other M, I know. Weird. Where the others are basically exploring to try to get powers, to get to new areas, fight these increasingly strong monsters. This, you're just going on a scavenger hunt, and areas open up as you do it. It just feels so different.
Yeah.
And that's why not too many people are big fan of Metroid 2. And, well, that's probably why Samus Returns is also the weakest of the, main Metroid games. Because, yeah, Samus Returns is pretty weak because it's basically what Metroid 2 is about. And, yeah, it's a weird one. That's all I can say. If you're used to Metroid, this game is definitely a much different take from the others. And some people hate Samus Returns. It's like, why do they have a lot of, like, epic boss fights? Why is it all about these Metroids, these boss fights, and you go on repeat? That's what Metroid 2 is, man. At least they ascended difficulty somewhat, so it's not, like, super monotonous.
Right.
Imagine it was like Mario 1, where you had every level you had to jump over Bowser to get to a flagpole every fucking level, with almost nothing changing. That would get super tiring.
Yeah, I could see that.
At least in this game, the environment can change the bosses in, or, you know, the actual bosses themselves eventually get improvements.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm still willing to, you know, accept the game for what it is. I've played worse. I don't know if I put Other M above this, but... I mean, below this.
Wait, what?
I mean, look...
Yeah, I think you had that right the first time.
Did I? Maybe I did.
Yeah, you said you weren't sure if you were going to put Other M above this the first time, and then you said below this. That was correct.
Yeah. At least I put that over Metroid 1.
Yeah, okay.
Metroid 1 was just a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I'd rather play... I was gonna say, I don't know, maybe I'd rather play this over Castlevania 2. I don't know about that, actually.
I think Castlevania's going to be pretty. I mean, yes, the hint system is pretty cryptic as hell, but in terms of gameplay, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I mean, well, then again, I did learn that apparently the original Japanese version was worse. Apparently, like, all the hints you were given, people were basically lying to you.
Hmm. Yeah, because that's always fun.
Oh, God. That's probably why the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, they have a Japanese version for all the games in the collection, except for Castlevania 2. Because it relies heavily on reading. And because it's all lies anyway, it's all Japanese. Good luck figuring that shit out. My God. Woo, space jump! Right, this game introduced a space jump as well. Infinite jumping! Man. It's nice to remember that Metroid 2 had actually introduced a lot of the powers of Metroid we know and love now. For those that know the series, anyway.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I was pretty sure this introduced like a lot of staples.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention with the wave beam that I got. In case you didn't notice, you know it doesn't have the freezing capability anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Yup. The same thing happens to the beams in this game. You can't combine them. They overwrite one another.
Just like the very first game.
Yep. That's something they do not fix until we get to Super Metroid. Metroid Prime also does this, but the way Metroid Prime 1 does it makes much more sense. At least you can collect them and swap them on the fly, instead of just, oh, this is the beam I have now. Thankfully, there's a later point in this game where it's easy to pick the one you want. I think the next major area, you basically get to select what beam you want to take with you for a while. So, it's not the worst, but, you know, at this point in the game, whatever beam you're most comfortable with, just take it. Because the wave beam is stronger than your regular beam and your ice beam. where the Ice Beam just takes longer to kill things, but is used for platforming. It's all up to your personal preference, really.
Yeah.
But that will end this episode here. So, we're almost halfway through the Metroids. We got like 25 left, and there's 10 in this area. That's a lot. But
Well,
thankfully,
good.
as of after next episode, we'll be more than halfway through the Metroid hunt. So see you guys next time for hunting down these Metroids to see what other upgrades we can get along the way.
Woo!